Right. Question 12 says a water tank holds 1,968 liters of water when it's full. A small hole in the base is gradually getting bigger so that each day a greater amount of water is lost. On the first day, so you have day 1, okay? You have day 2, you have day 3, perhaps I'll put day 4, and so on. This one here, this is the first day after filling. That's the first day. This one here is the second day after filling. Okay? And this one here is the third day after filling. Alright? So if you were to go in that order, if you are now looking for the day after, because the question is saying how many liters we lost on the 30th day after filling. So the 30th day, maybe I should write that down here. Note that the 30th day after filling, if you follow this logic that I have here, it is actually the 31st day, okay, or the 31st term, okay, or 31st term, right? So what do we know? We know that we have 10 liters, and then it increases by 2, so that will be 12, that will be 14. From that logic, our A is 10, okay, our D is 2. That's what we know. So T sub 31 days now. That is how we answer this question. We'll be saying, using the formula, 10 plus 2 minus 31 minus 1. So, well, this gives you 70. Okay, so 70 liters of water would be lost. Very careful with that question. Part 2 says the tank becomes empty during the nth day after filling. So when the tank is full, we know that here we are doing the sum when it's full. All right, S sub n is 1,968. Okay, it's here, 1,968. All right, so when it's full, S sub n, 1,968. So we want to know the day. So we're going to use S sub n formula, which is basically n over 2, 2 times 10, okay, plus 2, n minus 1 equals 1968. Right, this becomes a quadratic. So this is going to be n 20 plus 2n minus 2 equals to, multiplying that by 2 gives you 3936. Again, if you clean this up, you eventually will be left with n. We have got 18 plus 2n. Let me bring that 3936 over. So we have got 2n squared plus 18n minus 3936 equals to 0. Okay, and if I was to divide this by 2, it will give me n squared plus 9n minus 1968 equals to 0. Now, of course, you can check whether this does not factorize. So if I was to do b squared minus 4ac, which is the stuff under the quadratic equation formula, that's 9 squared minus 4 times 1 and that C is negative 1968. Okay, grab my calculator and I see I've got 9 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1968. Well, I get 7,800. And let's go back to that 9. That one should be 9 squared. Good. 7,953. So that means if I was to use my quadratic equation formula, I will have square root 7953 divided by 2 times a, which is 2. Right, so this is going to give me 2 decimal values. The first is n equals to about 40.0898, or n equals to negative 49.0898. Obviously, we are not going to consider that. Okay, so the tanks becomes early on the 41st day. It becomes empty on the 41st day. First day, and that is, which is 40 days after filling. So there's a little bit of a catch there. So you need to be careful when you are looking at this question. You must definitely read carefully. Okay, all right. So the value of n, therefore, we are going to work on 41. All right, now the question B says, instead of 10 liters of water is lost on the first day, the amount of water loss increases by 10%. This is now giving rise to some sort of geometrical sequence. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. So day 1 is 10. Now 10% is 0.1. Okay, so once you look at, if I want to find what that particular increases by 10%, when something increases by 10%, right? So when something increases by 10%, I'll say, okay, wait a minute, that's 100% plus 10%. So it's about 110%, which is 110 over 100, which is 1.1. So 1.1 is our ratio now that we are looking at, okay? So 1.1, 1.1, 1.1. So if you were to multiply this by 1.1, then you will get your answer. That's 11, and then the other one will be 12.1, and the other one will be 13.31, and so on and so on. Okay, so this is just our R. Okay, so what does that mean? Now I have the following information. I know that A is equal to 10. I know that R is equal to 1.1. So when we are now find the percentage of original water, of original 1,968 liters left at the end of the 30th day, so I'm going to say the sum then, which is going to be 10 in bracket 1.1 raised to the power of 30 minus 1 over 1.1 minus 1. Well, this is giving me 1,644.940227. Remember, you're not writing in this space in the exam. So, percentage of water left is 1968 minus 1644.940227 all over the original amount of 1968, and you multiply that by 100%. Okay, eventually you should get about 16.4% will be left. Okay, so again, it's quite challenging, but Just read this question carefully and you should be good to go.